Happy Thursday. It's the day that we talk marriage, and I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, the founder of Foundations Coaching NC, and the creator of the Hero Husband Project. And today, well, this whole week I've actually been on this rant, I guess, because I made the mistake of watching the Golden Globes the other night and was confronted with this new movie, A Marriage Story, with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. And one of the main problems in this story, and it's the problem in a lot of marriages, is getting your partner to hear you. Now, I haven't watched the movie. I probably won't watch the movie. It's a little too close to what I do for a living. And it makes me a little crazy when people can't figure out how to listen to each other. Maybe in our marriage vows, we should have to make the promise of, we not just promise to love, honor, and cherish, but promise to love, honor, and listen. And actually listening and hearing is part of cherishing. So how do you get somebody to hear you? How do you get your partner to hear you about something that really matters to you? And one of the big things is that most of us just want to feel heard and understood and validated. And in fact, there's a quote that says, being heard is as close to being loved as possible, so there's not really any difference. And what happens is that we get frustrated, we repeat ourselves, we get louder, literally and figuratively, because we want to be heard. What we don't do is get extremely specific. And women really have a problem with this because we're always taught to be nice. We're taught not to say unpleasant things, not to be demanding. And when we're talking about marriage and we're talking about including both partners, we have to be able to be clear and we have to be able to create boundaries. And one of in the first three words of a sentence, unless it's I love you, you're wonderful, I'm glad you're in my life. If we use the word you, like you don't understand, or you're not listening, or why don't you ever do what I ask you to do, that's an attack. You're going to get a defensive response, and you're not going, and people aren't going to listen to you. They can't hear you. The same thing is if you're angry. Anger, for some weird reason, anger just means, okay, I don't have to listen to this. It's not real. The best way to get your partner to listen to you is, one, to be extremely clear. Don't be namby-pamby, wishy-washy about what it is you want. If it is, it would make me very happy if we could have dinner at 7 o'clock every night, or it would make me very happy to not have to go to your families for Christmas. We are being very specific, okay? And note I didn't use the word you. The other thing is to put it in the form of a request when possible. I had a really hard time with what happened last weekend, and I'm wondering if we could do it differently this weekend, okay? And then you have a conversation. One of the things is we put a big emphasis on trying to understand why my partner wants this, why my partner feels this way. Sometimes the why doesn't matter. Sometimes the fact that my partner is not happy with something is really all that should matter. I might be okay with it, but my partner's not. My husband and I have this go-round all the time because I don't like being cold, and I'm usually cold a lot. And he has told me over the years that he does not mind it when I put my cold hands or my cold feet on him. Now, the reverse is not true. I do not want him to put his cold hands or cold feet on me. It really bothers me. And so we do this go-round. And I say, you know, honey, unless you've been dishonest with me, it really doesn't matter to you. And it does matter to me. We are two different people. We have two different likes and dislikes. And, you know, that's okay. Getting back to the movie, there were a lot of decisions that were made that the Scarlett Johansson character was not happy with. But here's the big takeaway I want you guys to hear today. If you do not want to do something, if something is not going the way that you would like it to go, don't let it happen, okay? And I'm not saying get mean, I'm not saying get nasty, I'm not saying withdraw, I'm not saying do anything. I'm saying be very clear, because what happens is by our actions, we give mixed messages. We say one thing, we say this isn't okay, but then we go along with it, which then tells the person, oh, it really is okay. So if it is not okay, that line needs to be held. If it's not okay to go to your spouse's family for dinner every Sunday night, don't go. Now, what this does is it creates conflict, okay? And that's what most people are trying to avoid. And it's really not conflict. It's really honoring who you are. Now, you can be nice about it. You don't have to be nasty. You can say to somebody, I'm not going to do this. And if they push, you just repeat that. I am really not okay with this. I'm open to talking about it, but I'm not going to take that action. And this could be, I'm not packing up the house to move across the country. And yes, this is challenging, but this is when we actually actually gets our partner's attention, and not in a hostile, yelling, hurtful way, just in a very calm, matter of fact, I'm willing to have a conversation about this. I'm not willing to do this. And it's going to be hard at first, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be really tough. But the earlier you do it and the calmer you are and the more consistent, when your words match your behavior, that's when we get our partner's attention, okay? So let me know your thoughts about that. Let me know anything. I know you're going, yeah, Leslie, that sounds really easy. It's simple, it's not easy. But it's worth the effort to make the change, because you deserve to be heard, and you deserve to be included, and you deserve not to be bulldozed, okay? But how you make that happen is really the key. So let me know. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts about this. And if you'd like some help with it, just let me know. Shoot me, do me a direct message, shoot me an email, give me a phone call, and hopefully this has been helpful. And keep watching some of the other videos that are out there, some of my other lives that are out there, for more information on how to have a great marriage. And until next week, stay loving.